Hi, and welcome to I Squared Leadership Training. Today's topic is change. I'm going to first start us off with a self-assessment about your willingness to change. Imagine it's Friday night and you have an opportunity to take your special loved one out to a restaurant. You've got 4 options. Option number 1 is to go to a familiar restaurant. And at this familiar restaurant, you order something that you normally order. It's your order. Option number 2, you go to the same familiar restaurant, but this time you're feeling a little willing to explore something. You want to try something new off of the menu. Option number 3, you go to a new restaurant, something that maybe just popped up nearby in your town. But you get there at the new restaurant and you still order something that you are pretty familiar with. And option number 4, you go to a new restaurant and order something entirely new, something very different than what you've had before. Which option would you choose? See, your response to this option helps us understand your willingness to change. If you choose the familiar restaurant with the familiar entree, you might not be that open to change. If you're a little more adventurous and would like to choose the new restaurant with a new entree, well, you might be very open to change. This self-assessment helps you understand your natural response to change. And that's very important for us to understand when we look at these 5 facts about change. Why? Because fact number 1 says that no matter the size of the change, your typical natural reaction will occur. For example, when I was principal at the junior high, I made a decision to change our behavior reporting form from a paper format to an electronic format. Most of the staff members got along with this pretty well, but for a few, you would have thought that World War III had started. You see, they really weren't open to any sort of change, so no matter how minute this change happened to be, simply moving from paper to electronic, they exhibited the same natural responses they would have if we changed their entire assignment of what they're teaching and who they're teaching. So fact number 1, our natural habit to change will come out no matter the size of the change. Fact number 2, change requires more energy. Now this is important for us to understand. You see, oftentimes when people come to us about a change, they give us justification as to why we should change. Hey, it's going to save you more money, Jason. It's going to save more time. It's going to be more efficient. It'll be easier. And so we begin to change expecting to see those results immediately. Unfortunately, that's not how change happens. You see, we're changing things from what used to be habitual into something new, and that requires more effort. Think of it this way. Think about this morning when you were getting ready for your day. You most likely went over to your bathroom counter and picked up your toothbrush. Now, if you're right-handed like me, I picked it up with my right hand. I didn't for a moment sit there and think, Jason, I've got a decision to make. I could pick this up with my left hand, or I could pick it up with my right hand. Today, I think I'm going to pick it up with my right hand. No. That thought didn't go through my mind. Why? Because this is a habitual act that I do every single day. Now tomorrow, if I challenged you to go and pick up your toothbrush with a non-dominant hand, it's going to automatically create a necessity for more energy. You see, it's not going to come easily. You're going to have to think more about it. It's not habitual, so you have to do things differently and be more intentional. So fact number 2, change requires more effort. Fact number 3, change exposes confidence, or the lack of it. Typically, those people that are confident in their lives are okay making changes. They recognize that anytime we move to a different area, anytime we try something new, our confidence level is going to go down. But if you've got a high confidence level, you can still manage well through that change and be very effective in it. However, if your level of self-confidence is not so great, and you're required to endure or try new things, to enter into a change, this too is going to bring down your confidence level. And it might take you to a place that's very scary and frightful. This is critical for us to understand for two reasons. Number one, if we know that our confidence level is going to go down as we approach a new change, we'll be more prepared for it. Number two, as we look at changes that go around us, and we recognize that some people that may not have as much self-confidence could really be struggling as we work through a new change, then it's our opportunity, in fact I would say it's our responsibility, to praise that person and give that person the confidence and support that they need so they can effectively and efficiently change. Fact number 4, change is inevitable. Let's face it, guys. We are changing all the time. The world is changing all the time. Our businesses, our jobs, our family is changing all of the time. Resist if you want, but it's going to be futile, for change always happens. Here's something that I've learned about life. You see, nothing stays in one place. There is no status where you're neither going up nor coming down. Everything either goes down or goes up. Think about it in regards to nature, right? Garbage decomposes. Snow melts. Trees rot. It's just part of the fact of nature. Think about your own bodies for a moment. I was reading the other day about how our bodies are constantly going through changes in order to keep up the natural daily processes we need every single day. For example, in a matter of about an hour, we shed 600,000 skin cells. Now that might be a little interesting to think about, but this is necessary for your body to maintain that wonderful barrier between your internal organs and the outside world. I also read that your stomach lining changes out every 2 to 3 days. This is inevitable. It has to happen for your body to perform its proper functions. Why? Well, if you didn't, right? If you screamed against this change and said, no, 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 don't take my stomach lining, well, the stomach acids are so powerful in your body that they would actually eat through the lining and cause quite a mess internally. So change constantly happens. It's always occurring for us. We need to embrace that fact and recognize that good things actually come from changes. And this is our way of going up instead of decomposing like that garbage. Fact number 5, change is a process. For us to effectively and efficiently deal with and embrace change, we need to recognize this is not something that happens very quickly. It's a process that we go through. Think for a moment about the first of the year. How many new memberships to gyms are issued at that time of the year? And people go walking into the gym, they're expecting to work out and exercise for maybe 3 or 4 days and immediately see the benefits of working out. Unfortunately, because change is a process, this normally does not happen. In fact, there's something called the Kubler-Ross curve of change that helps us understand that when we begin change, there's a little excitement at the beginning. So we do see some different pieces of growth because of the excitement. But then as we continue to persist and be consistent with our changes, the results actually go down for a little while. We don't get what we're looking for. And of course, this makes sense because of some of the facts that I've mentioned about change. It's taking more energy, our confidence level is down. Well, this makes sense. However, if we really don't think about it, and we just simply look at the facts, as that change creates the results that we don't want, as we move down that ladder, we're going to be very tempted to just simply give up on the change. Hey, I worked out for 5 days, I haven't seen anything new at all, I'm quitting, This just isn't worth the time nor the money. That's the temptation for a lot of us when we embrace change and start into that process. However, the law of consistency is very important at this time. You see, as we're consistent in being intentional about the steps of change, then as we bottom out, we'll start to see an incline in the effectiveness and efficiency of what we're trying to accomplish. And given time and continued effort that's intentional, we will see ourselves continue to climb and grow so that when we finally level out, our new level of equilibrium, that is our new habitual ways of doing things, will be at a higher and a different level than when we first began. That is the process of change. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are our 5 facts on change. I challenge you to find something in your life that you could change. And keep in mind each of these 5 facts. In fact, if you'd really like to be able to get good and comfortable and confident at change, I'd follow the admonition of Mark Twain. Mark Twain once said that if you start your day off by eating a frog in the morning time, you can gain great satisfaction that nothing else worse could happen during the day. What really is he trying to say? If we embrace something that's uncomfortable and hard to do every single day, we'll become comfortable and more confident in doing it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And this is Jason Hunt from I Squared Leadership Training.